Alright guys, what's going on? So welcome back to another stream.
I like a Facebook break through 310.50. We talked about that. There's still some room. That's the all-time high.
We're looking at the Nasdaq right now.
Whether or not it gets there or not, we'll wait. Like I said, I'm a little bit here worried about Nasdaq coming to the downside. With that being said, we do have Apple bids, man. 125. Now we're at 126. Apple just took off, but we were looking at maybe down here.
So UJ literally came all the way up.
Snap, and then we do have a small. Oh, actually didn't put it in yet. Snapchat looking to.
I mean, comes all the way down. So that's very nice right there.
Nasdaq imbalances, as that was something that was important for us today. CTRM, Cisco on the sell side. There's Apple with a buy, and then a quick look at the imbalances on the New York side of things. Everything gold today, and then there's Palantir. We'll talk about that as well with just over 1 minute to go, guys.
Yeah, we're locked and loaded, sort of ready in multiple stocks. I have a few more positions maybe than normal. Got 5 of them. I'm probably not going to be adding anything that's not on this list. It would probably have to be Apple. I'm no longer taking the break in Snapchat. I'll go with the dip buy just because I do have a few more than we're maybe used to like having at the open. Usually it's like 3 or 4. Got 5 on right now. A couple of them are small cap names I don't think we're too concerned about. So let's keep that in mind. But Snapchat is approaching that 56 break. This is that time of day when breakouts never work for me. Right at 9:29, guys. So I'm backing away from a 56 breakout and I'm going to move up my dip buy and maybe move it in front of that 55 area. I actually have it here down at like 54. 80 is my first entry. I'll probably move that into that 55. I like 54.65 as a level of defense on Snapchat, so I'm going to still stick with that, guys. And then I still have that CCL. It's basically flat on the dip. I like that 27.90. That's going to be the price that I look to defend. If it breaks further than that, we'll have to reassess. Ready to drop the countdown? I can only assume Randy's going to be on the bell this morning because Miss V is next.
All right, so
you never know what he has in store, but it's always a lot of fun.
Let's see what we do here.
And we have a monster winner already, guys. Snapchat. Okay, Randy. Okay, Randy, thank you so much. We already have a monster winner on Snapchat. Superman is in the building. Bang! The only one that we talked about with here on our chat. Look at that. Snapchat 56 with the star on it. That's a 55-cent winner. We just took out 80 cents on that break. So good trade for Snapchat. Let's see what we can get off that move. Now going to the high side. Neo breaks the bottom.
All right, looks like it's coming down.
Yeah, see, Neo breaks the bottom. CCL holding at least for now. Roblox with a bit of a bounce to the upside. So I got more shares at 71. We're able to take some out in front of that new high today. You can see I have orders. If we break 71.50 on Roblox, I want to get it all out in front of 73. That's going to be that key level. I can tell you that Apple, on the other hand, it's a bit of a pullback, but this ain't much. So I guess we're not going to see that 125 in the first couple of minutes here on Apple. Not that big of a pullback. Ebon still showing all kinds of weakness here, guys. Still on the lows in front of 5 even. I said I'd take it off in front of 5, so I'm going to throw a bid down there. I might look for a break. If it breaks 5 even, I might even short more shares through there. But I'm going to cover if I can get like a 503 to 505.
Let's see what Nasdaq does here.
What an unbelievable short that was. Yeah, 60s.
And talking about some unbelievable trading right here. Look at Snapchat, $1 and change in the money already as we go one-time daily goal. We go to a little belly dance to start the day off here, and we're just still ripping, guys, on Snapchat. So that's an absolutely fantastic trade for that. I mean, we picked that out right here on the sticky note through 56. So now we'll wait here. Another number there. This one could fail. 38.70 on Neo. We just took some out 60s. Now we'll wait for a little lower as the Nasdaq coming off now. So let's see if Neo can get down. This is a complete opposite trade, it looks like today. Nasdaq coming down and Neo not really moving too much to the downside. So maybe today it's opposite day for Neo like it was yesterday off the open. But I'm still watching this like a hawk, guys.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this like Viacom here in a quick second. We'll go back to the 42.50. It's heading towards that 43. WEI pushing towards the lows. I remember 150 was the target. Got that 175. It's already at 162, so this is trending over to the downside. But looks like Viacom catching a bit of a bid here. And look, we said if there was any weakness, I wanted to short it. You wait for the breakdown because clearly on the volume spike, we're headed towards that 43 area. That's a monster breakout area. If I'm going to be bearish on the stock, it's going to be hard for me to resist a rollover. If I see any share size at 43, I'm going short off of that level. If it can be at 75 even, I take the short. I might even turn here and I'll take a little shot at it into that 43 area. So that's a big level on Viacom, and we're right into it in seconds.
Okay, so Snapchat's still ripping, man. Still $1 plus in the money. We got to be careful with it, though. We have no idea where it wants to go from here. It's already quite up. We got
I'm confused. All right, so man.
we did empty a little bit out here of our Neo at the downside there when it was at 50. It did resist that 50, so now we may be heading to the upside, especially on a NASDAQ move. That hasn't happened to the upside, even though Neo seems to be resisting it. So that's one very, very key spot for us. There goes Facebook, 310.50, a new spot for us. What's up to somebody? Was that Brendan?
Yeah, Viacom, guys, so strong. I want to show you this one, though. Foodware as well. Big mover so far this morning. They've authorized Bitcoin.
Yeah, so UJ comes all the way. It's coming all the way down right now, just for continuation play, like I said yesterday. But I didn't take any entries, unfortunately, because I wasn't awake during this time. I did take a couple of scalps. That's pretty much it. During the night, I took some longs.
Let's just see if this goes, man. We took out a third there, so no skin off our back. Let's just see what we want to do here with.
That's pretty much it. I didn't do anything else on UJ.
That's another Superman kind of play.
Yeah, I just got some shares. Like I said, I get a bunch of shares out in front of 5 even. I'm adding on the 5
like
even break. This is not one of those to get flat in front of it. So if it had popped, I would have shorted into it at 540 after the open. I can tell you, I did get into that Viacom now. I did not wait for 43. I just feel like, look, if it comes back in, you're trying to take over $1 on a trade.
But I mean, like, this was such a,
you gotta be willing to risk at least like 30, 40.
you know, this would have been a really good level 1 reset. Level 1 right over here. Comes all the way down. I mean, it's just that continuation play, like I said yesterday.
Does break 37.90, but it was like a bit of a fail break. Goes down 5 cents below and then recovers. If that ever happens, I'll start building exactly the same price as before. If breaks 28 again, I just got long at 15. I'll do the same trade using the new low. That's my second track at CCL. Viacom for now holding on the short.
Okay, and so just an update here. We do have Snapchat now $1.50. Watch out, B. $1.50 now in the money, so that's still going on. See me. Neil just talked about that. That's a big trade for us as well. Nicely in the money. But Neo not. We're going to get out if this breaks back above 39. So that's going to be a place to look out for here on this name. If it goes, it goes. Great. We did get our Apple trade down here low, now 125.76. So definitely some opportunities there as well. What up, B?
We mentioned cruise lines, guys. NCLH starting to go here. Just popping up.
Yeah, I don't know why Nasdaq is coming down, but I think eventually it will come up.
The plan of action usually on these plays is when it breaks that low.
We'll see.
Snaps right back, and pardon the pun, Snapchat today was fantastic look there, Sean. But breaks that low, barely goes anywhere, then snap back, and I should have.
It looks choppy right now on all these older indices right now, so I'm not really too inclined on taking anything.
Just go back to that small cap name, WEI. I don't know if we grabbed this one. Make sure you're following the watch list. This is a Chinese fintech name. It's a micro cap, so you do trade this with a little bit of caution.
Dude,
Although
give me a
liquidity,
second.
what I like about it,
Yeah, I'm seeing this right now
That was not on my watch.
for like a bounce toward the upside.
Apologies, guys. I said we talked a little bit about Pinterest. I wanted to get to it very quickly. Should have had this one as a break. I'm a believer in the name. I love the flush out. That, well, I don't love the flush out, but I love the way that it broke up there with a bit of a flush and then a push to the upside. I do think if it gets anywhere close to like first 85, you're probably gonna have some consolidation off.
VWAP's there.
And Pinterest is absolutely took off like a rocket. Wasn't anticipating that big of a move, but it's this recovery off the flush out that I really liked as a bit of a look. If you catch anything close to like 81s on a dip back in, I'm gonna have this name today. So apologies, I said we get to it. Didn't have enough time. I got burned by the fact that I had 5 positions going into the morning there. That does limit some things, and Pinterest would definitely miss one on the board because of it.
Yeah, we have 5 positions right now, so we might have to get a little light. We're out 20, 40, 60, 80, so we're out of almost everything right now on Apple. We still have that 20%, so that's been obviously a good little runner for us. Neo continues to go. Something on Pink Cheeks called NLST. 1.9 million shares. We traded it a little bit, but I just want to bring that to your attention because Jeff did mention it to us. So that's Jeff Mendel from OTC.
All right, guys. So
Over there on Pink Cheeks.
man, I may end the stream a little bit early just because I have so much shit to do today. I got some personal issues going on, so I have to get that done.
We do have a VWAP trade to hopefully get out if it does decide to go. But right now, NASDAQ, Brendo, not doing too much.
Farfetch, guys, this one trying to do something. Just broke $50 there and starting to hold. They moved down the aftermarket yesterday. They updated their current quarter guidance ahead of earnings, so it was actually negative, but we're right back to where we were yesterday. FPCH.
Thanks a lot, Brendan. Farfetch, a good look there. And we'll go back to the cruise space here. Give a little props to a high day on CCL. It just got 5 pennies shy of that, or 3 pennies shy of that. I took some shares off at 35. The high was at 38. I like the dip. I'm going to go ahead and pick some more shares up in the team.
I'm looking to buy Nasdaq right now once we kind of get a little bit more confirmation here.
On those failed breakdowns, just didn't get quite to it early enough. But a winner's going to be a winner. I'm throwing
Yeah, this thing comes all the way down really fast, dude. Almost what, 26 right there.
On any kind of a dip, I want to be picking this up. We're still flat in the overall market. I just want to point out here, it's a second push down. Apple bounced off 125.60. So this is a second push down. I'm sitting in front of 125 here at about the 30 range. I might have to get a little bit more aggressive in this move. Maybe use the first leg in front of this current low on Apple. So if we have first stab here, it's not that I still love getting in front of 125, but I'm going to take a shot here off of this current low, this 125.60 area.
What
if
price
it holds
do you
there,
have?
I just got 82.
Okay, so we had the same idea. So I got 76s earlier, and then it ripped up, and we were able to get that 50 cents. But like Neil was mentioning here, some of these tech names are coming back down. So the only one that's not was really like one of our best trades, and the one that we had mentioned here on our sticky note, with in that middle with the star there, Snapchat starred upside with that 56 there. The Neo to the downside has worked, but it's just not been great. That one,
It looks like we're rejecting our VWAP right over here, which is the 50 right there. Dow Jones looks like it wants to break out right now. I like that actually.
Of course, I'm on the show. I can't do it until we're off the show, but let's just get some out now, man. I mean, this is a pretty high move. Actually, let's hold it. What if the NASDAQ continues to rip here? Then this will probably go. Our Facebook holding out as well, guys. What's up, B?
Headlines out on GM, guys. Looks like while we were talking in the pre-market there just before the open, looks pretty positive. They were updating some
Yeah, UJ's coming back. Okay. I'm looking to take in right now, Nasdaq right now, but I'm still waiting for a little bit more confirmation because it is a little bit early.
We'll go with bulls as we're. Can we get some green action here? I mean, the Nasdaq and the ES both sort of teetering. Apple makes a breakthrough 126. I do take some off there for a bit of a scalp trade, and then we'll take a few more shares off at 126.25 if it happens to go. This is like a first defense. I like 125 a heck of a lot better, but either way, I like the bounce play here. I don't think we got to BTX, guys. I trade this in the pre-market, mixed success, good short. Took myself for a hit. I never hold these long, so I scalped a bit of a long. This is like, be careful. This is another macro cap here. Brooklyn Immunotherapeutics. Yeah. The only catalyst I saw was that there were some firms increasing their stake in it. I didn't see anything other than that, so I'm going to probably stick to the short side of this trade. It wasn't too expensive, but about 16.
All right, I'm about to get in right now. RSI just went to the buy zone right now. It's not perfect entry, but I'm taking this for kind of a quick scalp out all the way up.
You actually have to give this close to like an 850 area before you're wrong. But this was a $4.70 stock that closed yesterday. That does give you some potential upside. It's just likely to be a big time mover. If it pushes into 9, I'll be out long before that. This is one of those names that could potentially give you some hope.
All right, let's see what we do here. It's pushing up.
This trade on Facebook here, guys, a good one finally. We'll see. I mean, we'll see if it goes back into the money.
I may go ahead and lock my stop at break even at half an hour just because of like I would say like choppiness from what I'm seeing right now. So I'd rather just be a little bit careful.
Great trade on that one, as that looks to continue to go downside there. We did get another piece out above 5.
Alrighty.
Now down.
Alright, we're almost close to half an hour now.
To go on this name, so we'll wait to see how high.
I'm gonna go ahead and try locking my. Yeah, I'm waiting just a little bit to see if I can lock my stop at break even.
Facebook, look at the Nasdaq now going. We may have topped out on Snapchat here at 58, so let's just keep an eye on that one. We're out of it. We literally have that 20% left. There's 2 outs here, so I guess one of these is a double out because that's 20, 40, 60, and I know I only have 10% left, so, or sorry, 20% left. So good trade on Snapchat, but it is coming back in. Let's wait to see what it does at this 57 level. I mean, we're long 56. We got a little bit of wiggle room here, guys.
Yeah, and I immediately
All right, I just locked my stop at break even right now. Now we're just waiting for this thing to pop up.
It's just too strong, guys. So I'm gonna I'll take a smaller hit than I was before, but when I see that kind of strength, I kind of run away from the name. It's not going to be the same case here. I missed the rollover. I can cancel this offer.
Yeah, but for me, I mean, I rather just, to be honest, I get stopped out, which I rather get stopped out at break even than potential to go back in. Go back in right now. Once I get stopped out.
Cancel that offer. If it moves back into those prices, I can have a level 2 up and then work back into that position. But that's the one that I don't think there's any worry with whatsoever. No worries in Apple yet. I mean, we're not green. Let's go. We're not green in the market, but Apple trying to hold above 126. Like I said, I took some more shares out at that 126 quarter, so that's about like 50-cent scalp. I want to hold through a break. I want to buy the dips.
It looks like Dow looks like it's one push up again. Dow Jones pushing up again.
Since we've had a SPAC to talk about, guys. Murdoch Capital acquisition. I saw somebody mention this in the chat early on. If we were going to trade this MUDS, MUDS up 10%. Decent volume here.
All right, Dow is breaking out toward the upside.
They're taking playing card or sports card maker Tops public in a merger with the SPAC.
All right, I just got stopped out of break even right there.
But anyways, that's either here nor there.
It's Top Shots.
Yeah, Top Shots. But no, but yeah.
I'm already all over Top Shots, guys. It's fun. I mean, like I said yesterday, I haven't put any money in it, but check out Top Shots. It's a Mark Cuban based idea, not based, but invested in idea there. They use the Bitcoin, they use the blockchain to put the cards up, and it's just super fun. But you can't get packs, so you got to go to the marketplace and get screwed over on prices. Okay, Apple, yeah, still that 25 cents. We have Snapchat closing it out. If it does break back down below 57 there, I mean, I'm thinking about just taking it off right now. 57.75. That makes sense to me to do that, so I think we probably will. 57.75 here on a nice move for Snapchat. Let's not just get that twisted, right? Like, we want to make sure that we capture some profits on the upside there, Valeria. So we're going to get out some on. Valeria, you have a Snapchat account? Do. But do not use it. I think that's the thing. A lot of people have Snapchat accounts, and I just don't know how often it's being used. I'm old, so I don't have a Snapchat. I don't have a TikTok. I don't have anything like that. But
I'm getting in. I'm gonna get in right now again.
For TikTok bidding last year, Oracle, Microsoft, so on and so forth. We'll see what eventually comes of that. I think now that Trump is gone, I think they eased back a little bit on some of that TikTok talk. Okay, 57.80, 58. Okay, here it goes, man. Snapchat's still ripping upside. Maybe we don't get out of this after.
That looks kind of bullish right now.
Like maybe don't get out of it. Shouldn't have got out of Roblox. I like that one for the week, and it's still running to like the 72 area. There wasn't even a pullback in the VWAP that you could have had.
I like how we're starting to swap right now, but we are having divergence, so that's something to be careful with.
But let's see if we can't catch something. I'll move my bids into the 75, 60 range here on any kind of a dip. So I'll take a first leg a little bit higher than I was.
And we're about to get out right now.
In particular, just checking. Look, I'm gonna check back in on Tesla. I know we haven't talked about it yet, but as the market's moving up, I just want to point out that Tesla, once again, resisting off of that 700 level. So you had a bit of a test in the pre-market, trying to get upside and hold some of this after a bit of a flush with the close.
Yeah, liquid 50 starting to stay flat right now, so I don't like that. So I want more of a rise. So if it breaks toward this low, I'm just gonna get out at probably half an hour of a loss. Dow looks like now it's wanting to pull back. So there's divergence on Dow.
Roku didn't really do much of anything the past couple of days. In fact, yeah,
Dow is just super choppy right now. It's just extremely choppy right now.
For Roku already.
Yeah, okay. Roku, good call and a good runner. If you like to take a little bit of risk, Roku is definitely the name for you. I'm going to take a risk here with Neo as well. Short 39, short right here, 39. What right here? We'll see if you ever see purple if you're joining us for the first time. These purple ticks, guys, are
Kill tripping. Wow, I got a freaking.
Here, out. We held half, so it was a small loser for us on Neo, and now we're going to go short again. And we're going to try to hold it to this high of the day, 39.20. That's Valeria.
Hey Sean, traders on the chat talk about Viacom. Stock is on our watch list today and up around 2%, guys.
Yeah, so we talked about this earlier, Miss V, and right now we're not. Come on.
All right, excuse me, I'm out right now.
Neil, you have the 43.
Dow Jones looks like it's the one that is pushing higher.
I was like taking 43 break low side. That's what it's gonna be. And then of course my like shorting brain is like, you gotta take a shot at this when it pops up there out of the open.
So I took a 0.4 loss right there again. I think it was that same thing as yesterday. I took a 0.4 loss as well. But this one I had more room to kind of just get out early if I really wanted to, just because of the bigger stop that I had, so I was able to get out earlier if I really to like save some money and stuff like that. Dow Jones is the one actually right now that's pushing higher, which is pretty it's pretty strange.
Move here on Monster Volume, guys.
Monster Volume. Okay, Neo right now, yeah, we'll look at that. I mean, I just got to look at the positions I have right now, 39.20 Neo. I mean, look, this is opposite day. Yesterday, we tried it to the long side.
Dow Jones is literally pushing up higher and higher. I don't know. I think Nasdaq eventually is gonna come down. I mean, it's gonna eventually come up right now. I think it just needs a little bit of time. Like if it starts curling down liquid 50 right now, like I think probably not, but I mean we'll see. We'll see if we continue to bounce off that 50 level that we were. I just think honestly it just needs a little bit of time. Just looking at patterns that I've seen before on the Nasdaq. Dow Jones literally is killing it right now. Look at that.
So let's wait to see if that does happen. And that's about it, man. For me, $1.50 the money there. We wait on Neo. It looks like it's going to take out the top, so we'll get out. We're not going to hold this one, not going to fight it. Looks like yesterday we went 7 for 8 on names, and it looks like today Neo's going to be one of those losers once again. You know, I like this name to go long. It's just I didn't think that it was strong enough to do that. But today it appears to
see it's still bouncing off that level too.
Got to do some work here on where we like. I mean, I always like the 50 levels. So if we can get up to 30,
it's not a perfect thing, but I think RSI and liquid 50, I mean RSI just bounced off that liquid 50, which is telling me that there's potential for it for a continuation. It's making a higher low. I just want kind of close to be another minute so I can get more confirmation on the indicators.
On Facebook, let's not cry over spilled milk here. That's well within our risk parameters.
Yeah, we had an idea here, and we actually finally executed. Well, we executed it well on CCL. I should have done the same thing.
23 seconds on that.
I want to talk about it in a second, but Carnival Cruise Lines having some resistance on that breakout. Like here, the 28.38 was the pre-market high. It stalled the first time we got some shares. I bought the dip back into the teams, like you mentioned. Then I'm going to scalp again that 20-25.
All right, I'm entering again right now. I was gonna wait for the 1 minute close, but I'm getting in again for that higher low.
I prefer to buy the dip. I'll be buying back in again in the
This time I got a tighter stop so I can get a better risk-reward ratio on it.
This market is still, I mean,
And I'm able to
it's gonna be
close
led by the ES.
half
The
early.
just turned green there. The Nasdaq, not quite. I still have Apple shares. Just to go back and sort of review some of these trades here. It did.
Now we're gonna
back
see that
down
continuation
to
play right now.
75.80. Because I got a fill at 75 before.
Dow Jones literally pushing higher and higher right now.
I'll get more aggressive and pick up some in the low 80s instead of waiting in the 70s.
It seemed really choppy today. Like price action on it was so choppy, especially pre-market.
Just checking on Romeo Power. Yeah, it's a small cap. About 1 billion market cap on this one. Romeo Power teaming up with Picard here on a long-term agreement to supply some electrical components for commercial vehicle electrification use. That was a lot of language, but basically they build batteries and powertrains for commercial vehicles on the electric side of things. They just broke 9 there on big volume spike. So up 12% for RMO.
All right, guys, there it is. We tweet this out.
Nasdaq pushing higher.
Ripping, man, up that another 7%. It's too bad that I didn't buy some in my own account, man, because I called that play $56. Would have been great. I hope you guys were able to grab some options or something off open. That was a fantastic trade. And again, we talked about this, right? I don't want to take breakouts before the market opens, but when it's on the sticky note, and I've done the work, guys, here, you know, come into work early, do the work, find the right the right numbers there. 56 to the long side, continues to print. So there it is, man. Big time trading there happening for us on Snapchat. $1.80 in the money, the biggest one for me today.
I forget what was the second trade.
Just comes right in, man, and just lands bang. Let's adjust our Snapchat stop.
I like the value right now. Values right now and the indicators are giving me a lot of bullish indication right now, so I like that a lot.
You know what? It's actually here. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at it. Oops. See if I can zoom this, bring this over. I'm looking at a 3-minute chart, and there you go. View off all the way down here at $56. But we do have this moving average on a 3-minute chart here. Moving average 57.34. So watch out for that, as it looks like that's not a bad spot for me. It's dipped down to 57 a couple times. So either way, man, this is a $2 winner right now for Snapchat, and we do have a little bit of room to the downside.
I forget which one was the second trade.
Yeah, and look, we talk about this all the time. You make a mistake, you have to be able to get right back on the horse. Come on, let's just shift. I'm not looking at the rocket. I'm trying to look at it. And it's frozen. I'll go to my 15. There we go. Thank goodness. This one not frozen for my daily and my 1. I got back in. I talked about getting a little bit more aggressive on Roblox the next time. So it dipped to 71.50. I got 58. I just took some out, and I want to show you.
Dow is so strong right now.
That's the level we talked about yesterday.
It's about like 50 points now, coming from the top.
I'm going to take shares off on this lower high, 72.30. It's about 80 cents in the money, but there's a method to the madness. And I said I will be flat on Roblox if it got to 73, because I like the 73 break. So I will stick with that. So bid in like the 72.80, so offer, sorry, in front of 73 even, and then look for a 73 breakout.
Yeah, Dow looks so much stronger than the Nasdaq right now.
79, double top.
Which, I mean, it's kind of, it's been choppy lately, so maybe that's kind of an indication of more volume coming in on the Dow Jones. Yeah, I mean, it was so choppy during the pre-market session.
They have reached ahead of schedule. The bigger news, though, Petrobras mine has taken a northern Brazil oil block, so that's currently owned by BP. So, yeah, huge move here, 5% for British Petroleum, guys.
All right, and we go kicking bulls, man, because again, our Apple call on the board. Here it is, man. Apple, beautiful trade, all the way down to 125. Bang, bang, bang. I mean, this is in 1 minute. We took $1 change. Now we keep ripping to the high side right now as Apple just taking levels out right now, hopefully. 126.50. This is a 70-cent winner. This is a $2 winner. The only one that's struggling right now, and I have a feeling that if this gets going, your boy's going to be, hello, diamond handing this one. If we can get this one going. I don't even have any offers out yet, man. If we can get up to the upside right here, 309.20, 309.40, we'll put a bid there. The Nasdaq is ripping. Let's see if Facebook can't make dreams happen to the long side right now. 309. We'll see if we get some out, and then let's wait. Or no, sorry, 309.50 or so. Let's see if we get some out. But hey, Facebook right now struggling. It may be the
It's a little bit struggling right now.
307.50 down to 307.
That looks like it's pulling back finally.
Let's hopefully it can get going there, and we'll have this big win on board for you. That's going to be Facebook. Let's put an order at 309. But look at this, guys. It gets going, and then it stops at view up every single time. 308.
Maybe I can find a level 2 on Dow right now.
Stopping every single time. Right on the dime, CCL here is stopping at 28.50. So it feels like this is, if this isn't the pullback, like if it stalls here at the 28.50 and doesn't give me a pullback or a dip in the VWAP and give me something like 25s or 26s or maybe even 28, 29 for a dip buy, I'm probably going to have to add on the break of 28.50. The only difference with that is I'll probably scalp a bunch of that off for the first like 10 to 15 cents, just the way I prefer to play the break on CCL. If I get the dip, fantastic, but I can't ignore the fact that we stalled out and then shot back to the downside here. And if it cannot sustain this move to give me the dip buy, it might have to be the secondary break, or I guess maybe even the third one on CCL. It's 10 o'clock already. Wow, that happened fast. Let's go to Brennan for happening next.
Hey guys, got 10 o'clock. We'll have a look at North America.
Nice.
Here, a little bit of a choppy start overall to the session.
We're about more than 1 right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and lock my stop at break even and
The Nasdaq trying to hang on to positive territory for both the composite
and close half right now.
36% to the upside. Here in
Very
Toronto,
nice.
TSX having a nice day, about 0.5% to the upside. 0.45 energy stocks leading so far.
Pretty nice, guys.
This one from the watch list, everyone talking about it. Yes, so much strength.
Dow Jones looks like it's coming back up now.
41.5 at the bottom there. We're up to 44.5. But if you look at the daily chart, just to give you a bigger picture of what's actually going on, this move is impressive, but from where we came from, not a heck of a lot so far, but definitely relatively strong for Viacom. Yeah, the cruise lines as well. We were talking about, I pulled up Norwegian for 2 reasons. Leading the group so far, nice break of day highs there through 30.75.
So we took out a 0.4 loss, and now we have like a well, I mean we closed half, so a 1 hour winner right there.
The market just continues to rip up here. I just sit here and watch this Facebook just basically blow up to the downside here. I mean, I'm sort of stuck for words here on what's happening right now with Facebook. We obviously know the data breach. We know all that. So that's just obviously weighing in a little more on them today than I had anticipated. So, we're going to lose on this one. It looks like we're $1 out of the money. The way this thing moves, we're not super scared. But look what we're $1 in the money on, guys. Apple right now. $1 in the money off this long. We talked about why we liked Apple, and here it goes. Just continues to make that money back to the dollar side. So everything we're losing on Facebook, we're making back on Apple, but not a good one right here for FB. So let's see if it takes out that 307. That's what I'm looking at.
This is going to be interesting because I actually thought like 125 on the dip in Apple. I said that's the one I would buy in the dip, not Facebook or Microsoft. And Facebook has a shot to try to hold. Pre-market low is 307, was 307.50, and it just.
I mean, so for this entry right there, like most people would say, why don't you just kind of you could have saved this trade if I just basically had the original stop. And yeah, for sure, I would have saved money on that, right? But at the same time, it's not my trading style. Like my trading style is to get out really early. If I don't see the trade, if the trade goes against me really fast, and I don't see, if I see an indicator showing me that, hey, we can't have an indication of going for a straightforward trade. But I mean, like at the same time, like in the long run for me, I can save so much more money on that for sure. Yeah, I could have saved about 0.4 today, 0.4 R today. But at the long run, like for me, like I'm so much better at it. Like I'm so good at that perspective of, getting out early, saving money in the in the big picture. I can take bigger trades because of those stuff that I saved up and stuff like that. So yeah.
39.52 we're long at there. I was going to say 39.71 or so on NEO here. If we can get some out, I think that would be probably.
So we're almost at 2R right now, so that's pretty good.
Maybe into the 60s a little bit as well on NEO. So let's wait to see. Why is my I have number lock set up, I believe, on my keys, which is not good. There it is. Yeah, okay. Just testing to make sure we get.
So yeah, we're already past the high right now.
Fix the keyboard. 39.50 there. We just took some out just for jokes. We're going to wait for 39.70, 39.80 to come on NIO. The tipping point for this one, guys, you know what? I mean, I haven't called it right the last little bit, so I'm not going to give it too much love. Back down.
You just can tell, bro. Like whenever you see choppiness, whenever the market has opened, usually whenever the market has opened, dude, like you need to imagine like millions of orders popping into all these on the stock market. Millions of orders, high frequency traders getting in and out really fast. And whenever you see kind of like usually on the market open, you're going to see a very fast spike and a lot of momentum. We had a great green momentum, and if you don't see that, then that's a very good indication that you have like, oh, like holy crap, like it's really choppy right now. So I got to be careful with that. And then as well as whenever you don't see continuation plays like normally you would on a higher time frame scale, you know. Like usually for me, I can tell that with the entries and exits, that my entries and stuff like that, if I don't see like a big continuation play on something that should be giving me a continuation play, that's how I know it's choppy as well. And as well as pre-market, like looking at the Dow yesterday, like look how choppy that was. Like during pre-market, like look how rangy it was. You can eat like whenever it's in a range, you can see how choppy it is right over here. So it was in a solid range right over here. Just coming up, coming down. Just look at those dojis as well. Whenever you see dojis on the 15-minute for like about like almost 2 hours right over here, that's telling you that it's choppy.
Said I wanted to hold through the break and then buy dips. I don't know, can't see any dips here, guys, so I'll go ahead and cancel that 125.80. I don't think we'll be getting that anytime soon. 128 was the other level that we talked about. You guys see a little better. 128 was the level that we talked about, so I'm going to be flat in front of 128 because that's its own breakout on the daily chart on Apple.
Okay, guys, here comes Neo, man. They're kicking again. Neo to the upside, so we flipped the switch on the stock today, man. And we went long now, so good trade to the long side. We just took some more out. We're waiting at 68 still. And then we have some 75s in mind. And then, oops, I wanted to go the other way on the Zoom. And then, we do have this consolidation yesterday on the high of the afternoon at 3 o'clock at 39.80. So
let's see if Dow gives us a level 2.
That maybe we need to get a little, I just fell out a little bit there. Need to get a little more out on the upside there as we just did now. It's moving fine. We're long at 51, but the amount of shares that we took there, we do want to scalp out. We had that in the Ask Us Anything yesterday. Talked about it, and I threw it back over to Arun. Like Neil and myself.
I closed a little bit at 2R. Closed like 0.15 on that. So yeah, we're just gonna wait on this. Liquid 50 now is in the buy zone right now, so MACD is just so beautiful right now, giving us legs. So yeah, I think it has a lot of potential to continue going higher. If it doesn't, it is what it is. I'm already upgrading for the day, so I could actually Dow. It looks like it's coming back down again.
Yes, sir. They're gonna go for the dip again on Roblox here in front of 71s. I started at 71.50. Well, we kind of did 58s last time. Anyways, gonna start it at 50 here. Gotta give this one some room. I was waiting for a dip to get back in. I want to stay to the long side as much as I can. I just told you guys, Shonda mentioned semi, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking for a place to get back into it on any kind of a pop because I missed the VWAP pop at 505, thinking we'd get a push into the open prices at 15s or 10s. And look at this low now at 490. So I had 2 bids below it, but one of the things, you start making a double bottom like this, if it breaks that level, there's no reason I should get 2 legs out like that. Like, go ahead and cancel one, throw something more in the 485 range. It's like the likelihood of it breaking that, there's some long stops that are going to be added to that level the more it kind of bounces off it. So if it's going to break 490, just take the extra 5 pennies or so when you're scalping something like this. That's going to be the name of the game here. I do like a reload. It just has not given me the shot. Facebook trying to hold above 308. If I can get that first like 50 penny winner, or maybe like 60 cent one, I'm going to go ahead and do that and take another leg out in front of VWAP. You can, the relative weakness is there, but I thought it would be dip buying in Apple at 125.
Yeah, Dow looks like it's coming back down. So now we're seeing some weakness on Dow.
You got to take the price action within the market. You can't dream and hope that it's going to be the stock you want. Double bottom came on Facebook.
We stack that money right now on Facebook, guys, and that's exactly what we're talking about, man. We've been, we identified this stock early. Unfortunately, we had that move, but there it is, man. Out a little bit there on VWAP. Lining that cash up, guys, so that's a big one here. And we'll spin the one that you guys like the most. I keep hearing it all the time. Did I just hit the countdown by accident? No, I did not, thank God, for that one. But here it is, spin it. So right now, guys, Neo, you want to talk about some money? We're bringing it back right now, so that's a nice little trade there. Thank God we reversed our decisions here and decided to go long instead of this short. We noticed that it was stronger than the market basically today. It took off.
See, look at that liquid
And as
50
the
right
market
there.
took off, we
I like
rode
to
the
see
high
that.
side. Yesterday was a different day for Neo. Today we make that money back there. Facebook now 20, 30 cents into the money.
I don't think today we have potential going up to ADR, to be honest,
We did average into our Roblox
just because of
Let's
how
get this one
weak we are right now. So I don't think we'll be able to go all the way up to ADR.
Romeo going insane. Great call, Brendo.
Yeah, another one
But
to look at, guys.
we will have like a more of a move toward the upside.
Events that happen not terribly often, but they added this to the S&P small cap 600 today. So anyone wondering about this, Kara, yeah, it's had a couple of days leading into this, but big gap up. Trying to hold the gap, guys, on Kara.
Yes, and also remember Muds, that pushing through. This is your SPAC of the day, I suppose. It's been a while since we've well, no, it hasn't. We get SPACs all the time, but it's looking relatively strong. It's still pushing towards this like 11. You need to try to get there before you go way back into the pre-market. I try to throw out some of these prices when the volumes are too garbage, so that's why I'm not really looking too hard into that 12 area. 1150 is going to be the key one on this month. I don't see anything in the way of offers. The pretty looks pretty good, but I haven't seen a reason to go short.
Alright, we're seeing a reject right there. So see, that's what I mean. I mean, honestly, like right now it's just super choppy.
Loaded up position boards for both of us, right? So every now and then, let's just go to update the stocks that are moving in the money and have been good to us. It's easier to sort of stick around and plan. I just got another dip.
Like you don't really see that continuation play. If we really are just seeing that continuation play, we're just gonna bounce off that 21, come up. I mean, we can still bounce off that 50.
I'll go ahead and do that. But TCL still showing some strength. I can tell you Facebook, not so much. Good thing we got us some of that trade because it's headed towards that low. Now, I bought this one because of that bottom break, that failed bottom break. It's again testing 307. I give it to the even. I'm not going to get out at like a 307.40. That's too random of a price to me. If it cannot hold the line, it's going to be a losing trade to the long side on Facebook, while Apple still holds in the money. So Facebook, relative weakness is in the market, trying to roll over.
Right now we're seeing level 2 on Dow.
Because there it is, bang. Nice one, guys. We talked about that when we throw the hot dogs everywhere on Apple today. That was a big trade, man. Loaded up right down here at 9:35. Tick, 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 boom. Got out of that one. So really, really super happy with the way that one's traded out. And then we have Neo now falling back in. This is why we empty them out. Look at the futures, man, coming right back down. So here comes Neo doing the same little dance again. We'll see about getting a little longer just in case this isn't real, but the market is fading in right now. So our shorts, the only one we have on is a CEMI. We are getting ready to get a Snapchat right now. It did bounce off that level that we were talking about there, the VWAP level. So
Alright, so we got to stop out right there.
57.30, we are going to get out of that.
Actually, I got out a little bit early because I knew it was going to stop me out either way.
On Facebook, and then we'll be okay, guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly the key. With Roblox as well, just the other long position I have on.
I think it is
held 71.
potentially may go and bounce off that level. We'll see.
That consolidation that you would have seen on the chart yesterday's action, that was an iceberg order at 70 even. If I were to see the same thing at 71, I would like probably get back in, triple the position in front of it.
Dow Jones. I just took this.
Let's use that low of the day as the out.
I just took this level 2 right now on Dow.
An iceberg jump $1 higher. That'd be a fantastic look, and I jammed it in Roblox. Brendo?
I mentioned this one yesterday. DMY Technologies, another SPAC. Genius Sports signing that. It was a data deal.
See, we're bouncing off that.
For some number crunching, I guess. This thing's had a couple of days to the upside.
I can try to get in with a wrist box entry again here, just for a second leg. That's the point of scalping. You know, just go up, second leg up, give you another potential leg toward the upside. Toward the upside.
How low did Neo go? Okay, I think go too far. I only went to 46. Okay, I was looking to get longer in the 30s if it did happen for us. So we will put another bid downside now into the 30s on Neo just in case that does come out.
Literally Dow Jones just literally kicked it off right now.
I'm getting some out here. I took a little bit more Facebook out there. Was a little nervous that this market was going to continue to go down, but a win is a win. Let's just wait to see. Obviously, I'm wishing that it comes back up to this 309 area. I don't know if that's going to happen. Guys, join us today, for a late show. Finally, the first time. I think it's number 1. We're going to hit number 1 now.
Yeah.
It's the late show with Randy, Trader TV Rain. No, 3:15. We're going to be here today. Neil and I today, 3:15 till the close. So come back, guys. Look, show us some support. If we don't get the support, we may not do it again. So let's wait to see if that does come up, guys, later on. Like, there we go. You guys got to fix my board here. Maybe if you have some free time after, you could do that. Ready for Brenda? What up?
Datadog, guys, just on alert. Heavy call buying. DOG, another one that's had a pretty decent.
I'm watching like 2 trades right now
Top end of the
because I'm looking for like a level rest box entry right over here.
Not there yet. 88 up here for Data Dog.
There you go, Data Dog. I talked about Pinterest that maybe looking for a dip, but we're not going to get 81s. I think that ship has sailed. It just sold back into like 81, close to 81.50. Now we're consolidating right around this little VWAP action. If we can hold that bottom and look for an 82.25 break, I'd just like to see some actual consolidation. I can tell you that secondary push that we're looking for to the downside on semis happened. CEMI, so they're the bids out. Of course, I had these bids in from when we added at 5 even to the short that we had earlier. So 475 and 450 are going to be the next 2 targets to that downside. That's what we care about. The one to watch, at least for me right now, in addition to Roblox, CCL, and Apple, they're all.
Yeah, so I just took a quick scalp on level on Dow.
Almost everything we had to the long side, I think, has worked out. I mean,
I'm keeping just a small piece right now on break even. I'd break even right now.
Breaks 307. I'm walking away from it, and then I probably won't even try it again until 305. You got to know the relative weakness.
Yeah, so I took one right over here, level 2.
With that, gonna go back over to CCL. It just missed me here at 28.36 here. If it cannot get back into these mid 30s, keep in mind this was that pre-market low. Fails at 28.50.
Coming higher right now.
Pre-market low again. I'm not gonna let this one turn into a loser. I'll stop it out at 28.15 and look for a buy off.
Okay, that's interesting. So Nasdaq looks like it's weaker now. That's interesting. So we didn't get like a level 1 reset right over here. It looks like we're just falling.
That's the name of the game. I'm gonna flush this one down. Well, I'm not gonna flush it down court. You're poop, Facebook. I'm out of that one. I'll hang on to CCL, Apple, and Roblox. Those are all looking like they're solid longs. Facebook, all kinds of weak. At least I took a bit of a scalp on a third of it, but the rest can be a hit.
Okay, guys, Superman is in the building with Neo.
It's a bit strange. This is what I mean. Like it's choppy. I mean not choppy. I guess like usually you won't see this because like whenever the liquid 50 is rising like that, and then the momentum is eventually gonna kick it up higher. But I mean once it breaks toward like previous lows and higher lows, then I don't. It could be just collapsing dragon telling us that it wants to come lower.
So never fails on that one, but all the way to the downside. Facebook. I mean, if we look at a 20 period here, yeah, there's really nothing. I mean, yesterday we hit it long.
But it's still holding structure right now. But if it continues down, breaks sort of slow, then we're probably coming lower.
Down that 0.63 into a strong market. So yeah, we should have identified that. We talked about being in some danger spots there, and I do that often, guys, where we just
I just got stopped out at Dow Jones right now.
We're super happy with the trading, but we dumped some of it.
So there's divergence now forming.
Wait, I gotta give this one a little more room. That's just
So
what I'm looking at. So if it breaks through 306, we'll get into the rest. But we kept half, so hopefully that will turn into a little runner for us, guys.
And we are not going to look at gift horse in the mouth when it comes to WEI. We said every once in a while there's those short trades just kind of sitting in. There's just no bid. It doesn't show you any reason to get out. 141 was the previous close on WEI. I talked about that 150 area. This is what happened is it went into 150. So it's like a strong move down in and then just absolutely flushes. I just punched out when I saw it get to that price. So 148 will be the actual out.
is it gonna stop me out?
Who cares when it makes a move like that? And that's my target. I'm going to take it every time. And then there goes CCL.
Okay, so now we're seeing more continuation now here.
Making the push back into those 30s, so rinse and repeat. Any of those dip buys that are going to work out for us at VWAP. Had to hold it a few pennies through. We're going to scalp it 10 cents off, and we'll keep doing this. I'll probably start placing these bids a little bit closer to the 2018s. 2015 area. You know what I mean by the teams, guys. Yeah, so like not 2018 specifically, but anywhere in those teams would be pretty solid for the dip. And use the 15 as my out. And then if it takes out 28.50, at this point, yeah, I'll scalp that break, see if I can't get like 5, 10 pennies out of it. But I like the dip buys for the holds much better.
Okay, guys. I mean, the CEMI. I mean, the cash cow.
Dow is pulling up right now.
We have one bad trade really today, and that's the Facebook. Look at the CEMI. Like.
So you'll be taking level 1 reset here, but I mean,
We'll still have 20%.
it's still a little bit choppy.
I'm going to tell you, the goods when I have them on board. Here's Neo. We just cleaned some out there at 90. So, again, more shares. We still have about 35% of this position, and we turned positive on this one today. So that's going to be a good trade for us on NIO. Still more money to come on that name. I feel like this can break through 39 even. I mean, 40. We're very, very close 140 right now, but that's that high from yesterday afternoon.
All right, I just took that entry right now on that next 1 minute candle.
I noticed that one more time. I'm going to put another order to get out in the 80s one more time. And they even just, you know what, I'm going to take a piece off right now. There we go. I'm going to take another piece off right now. Right there, 78. We'll see if we get another one through. There it is. See if we get another one through 80.
It's a very aggressive entry because I don't have a lot of confirmations.
Like I dumped less than half of this Facebook on that 307.
But looking at the other indices right now, I like how we're seeing more momentum right now.
So hey, maybe that was the bottom. We did good by holding a little bit, but maybe it wasn't. So let's wait to see how far down Facebook wants to go. My ultimate out is going to be 306, which could come faster than even I am hoping for. Sure, I'll take a coffee there, Randy. That'd be nice. And we'll go back over, I guess, Brendan now at the big screen, ready for it. Looks like a small cap recap kind of thing.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's have a look at a few that were moving around in the pre-market. This one was not really, but we talked about it yesterday. If you remember, AMC was up a little bit in the pre-market.
All right, we just got out right there.
Giving you a bit of a move. It did give you a little scalp at the open, but nothing terribly exciting doing so far today. It is down, worth noting, 3% on AMC. eBang, as I mentioned in the pre-market, if you joined us, I was just watching 620. 620 was holding in the pre-market as support.
Looks like Dow is pushing up now.
Selling into the bid. I saw some volume coming in.
Very interesting.
Along with them. And yeah, then I noticed that Hindenburg came out.
I have about roaming like 0.10% right now on Dow.
For EVON. The other one, BTX, was a little bit wild here at the open, but did give you great opportunity. I was watching 850, which were these wicks, and then 875 above that.
Yeah, I mean Nasdaq is just choppy. Same thing with what it was doing right over here. Just super choppy because again, whenever the liquid 50 is rising like that, and then you're seeing price action just kind of like reject, just be choppy like that, like being in a little range right there. Oops. Then it's a bit choppy. So I am looking to get back in once we break toward the high right there.
I'm gonna take it all on. If I'm adding on a dip and I'm taking a break at a 28.50, why not take profit on this rollover? It doesn't make any sense to be hanging on to it, especially when I just got a dip buy. And I'm gonna still like this one in the teams. I'll pop a bid down there just in case this yield comes back down. But I just got it at Pinterest, so to add to these longs that we have, it's also just CEMI for me as well, Sean.
Yeah, I like Dow right now because of the structure wise, but like Nasdaq is a bit choppy on that structure.
It just retook 82s, and I popped in here at 82.03. It's held this double bottom at 81.65, so I can use like 50s or that 65 in particular as a bit of an out. Let's see if we can't get this one to get going back towards that top. We're going through a lot of names in the pre-market there, and I was like, oh, I've got to get the pins for you guys, and I never did before the open, and now we've got a bit of a runner. This one fought the dip. We'll see if we can make a secondary push. I'll take some out for sure in front of 83 in case we do stall out at that high a day. This is the time where you would expect some resistance at those opening range tops, especially when it's a secondary move to the upside, not even the first.
Okay, thank you, Randy, for the refill there. Okay, so here we go. We did get a little bit out there on NEO on that move back upside, but it doesn't, or downside, sorry, but it looks like it just wants to keep on going. So, yes, we are very, very happy as the electric car market right now getting unplugged and put NEO to the downside. So we'll wait to see where that one wants to go and what that one wants to do now. So NEO trying to go. We'll just wait to see if that's the trade that we hope it is for us. NIO now trying to make its way back up. So a good little move for us there. We'll still try to, I'm going to tell you guys what stocks I'm negative on, what stocks I'm positive on, and right now NIO is slightly negative, but we're bouncing around, trying to push this to the high side, guys. Regardless of whether or not we make a trade, I can celebrate Facebook here if it goes back up, but I'm going to be negative. Like this stock needs to go to 309. I'm going to tell you if I'm positive or negative on a stock. So if you guys want to ask, despite what it shows down there.
Yeah, look how choppy that is. Oops.
On what our net is on the stock, guys, and that's what me and Neil plan on doing. So 306.80 right now. Man, I keep fighting the tape on Facebook. It's really ridiculous that I'm doing that, but I will continue to do it apparently. So we'll wait to see now if it holds these levels I do have lower bids, and then we're going to see, if it does take out 306. 306 is where I'm going to dump it off. And Facebook will be a obviously negative stock for me today. Crypto, though, starting to go back down. I don't have Ether, but I'll find the chart. Bitcoin right now just making a nice little move down. So like I said, right now, Bitcoin and crypto not really trading the way people think it should. It's not super volatile. It's like bouncing between 57 and 60,000. So we're gonna have to wait for a break one way or the other, because right now GBTC and Ether not really doing anything, waiting for this to hopefully settle itself out. But who knows? More to come. We'll see on crypto. There it is, Facebook. We did pick up a nice little buy there.
All right, now I'm getting back in.
And average in. Let's see how high. Now we want to fly.
Yeah, I mean, the market's still
Just another risk box. I mean, like, honestly, it's super choppy, so you gotta know it's
I'm looking at this E-bond.
a bit more riskier than the other trades, because it's just so choppy right now.
Terrible. If it comes, we're going to come back and we're testing to try to put in another lower high here. And if we hold VWAP, maybe stall out at like 30 or so, I'll try to catch some on the way back down for short. I'm still short.
Yeah, look, it's falling off that high again. It's just super choppy. But it is going back into summer right now, so we'll see.
A couple of the Chinese EV makers popping up. This one, first off, XPEV back to the upside 2% today. Nice move. Right from the open, if you remember, 2 days in a row, we've gapped higher and then kind of faded throughout the session. So a little bit of relative strength on volume coming into XPEV. Also, Playboy, PLBY, all-time highs, guys. They're talking blockchain.
Yeah, that's funny. Again, talk to my 18-year-old about Playboy. I know, funny joke. But we talked about NFTs and why I sort of liked them. And I told him, watch out for Playboy. So I want to find out if you were able to buy some of that. We believe in Roblox, so we bought that 7160. We were also waiting to buy some lower side here. We didn't get any of that. So for right now, we rest on our laurels with Roblox. Our average price right now is 72.12. So
Yeah, I wanted to break off that previous low right there. Okay, previous high right there. Okay, now we just did.
But look, guys, we just resisted that 72. So let's put an order somewhere around here. Well, I mean, you know what? It's
Look at the momentum now.
Roblox.
That's a Nasdaq for you.
So see if we get taken out, then hopefully the momentum carries us through back into profit land. So we're only long at 72.12. We'll take off a piece. I have a full position right now, so we'll take off a piece at 71.90 if we can, and then see what happens when it blows through.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to say that Viacom was the one that got away, but it's like, you take the hit on it, shorting it, which is actually, it's not a bad trade. It's a setup I'm going to take it almost every single time. If it's missing the long, it's going to suck. Just keep in mind where the stock is. We just turned away from yesterday's 44. Look at this level, 44.50. Look at all the chops surrounding that. So if I'd picked a better spot, certainly the short would have worked out for me. If there's going to be a dip buy, it's got to be in front of that 43, in my opinion. We talked about that as a long support area. The first time it made a bottom at 40 even, it was that 43 area. I got to go with the same thing here today. And I do want to remind you guys, I have a sneaky suspicion. I know we're going to do, first day we're doing that, coming back for the afternoon show at 3:15 to 4, we're going to trade that close. I feel like Viacom could be one of the names that has some moves in it for that last hour.
Dow Jones continue to come higher right now. And dude, like, this is so choppy right now. I may just get out of break even once it stops me out, because I locked myself at break even once we made that bounce off that breakout.
I don't know if we're going to get the dip now, but now that we've rounded out off of yesterday's open flush price at 44.50, if we get a dip, I like it to 43. I'm not going to chase it all the way at 44, just because I did not.
That looks like it's the one that's actually paying me more money right now.
Chase up here. I don't want to be doing that in Viacom in particular. Just to come back to Pinterest, I did get that entry at 82s. Never really got much of an opportunity to add to it at the lower end of the range. If I can get 50 cents in the first leg of the scalp, I'll take the rest out in front of 83. I want it out in front of the high of the day. You can play breakouts, you can play dip buys in this regard, especially if you're going to be more active. So I'm not out of Pinterest just yet. I want this to get up to 82.50 before I take any shares off. And I am willing to add, if it does test the lower end of this range, 81.50 to 81.75. I want an entry in that area.
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know what just happened there. I guess we got triggered out there of some of our Facebook. Like I was not planning on selling anything, so we did have to buy some back in. But my price is not as averaged in as well as it should be. This is actually now turning out to be a decent winner, guys. We only got out of half of our trade there when this first broke, and then I have no.
All right, we just got stopped out. At least I took some profit with me.
I mean, this is only a 1 minute candle, so I'm not sure what happened there, but we did pick up a 306.80 bid, and then I don't know. If
Yeah, you can see how choppy it's getting.
triggered me out there, but we did
Ugh,
get
it is what it is.
Facebook on the downside. So just to let you guys know, Roblox, we do get our 91s. I think I put it out at or 90. So that's out. My average price now.
Yeah, we're sitting at 2.4R now in Dow.
71.12 or so is what we need to get to on Roblox before this is a profitable trade. So I still think we take out the day's high. No mistake on this one. I really think that this has a very, very good chance to go. Neo still $40. We're still staring that in the face. I don't have any orders to get out on the upside, do I? No, I do not. So we will wait to see. I'm still looking at 40. Hopefully that can come through. And other than that, man, it's just chill central right now.
But right now, it looks like the indices are not trendy enough for a continuation place. And it's something like that because it was pretty weak during the pre-market session, so you could tell. Like whenever it's really weak, and especially on the after the market has opened, whenever the market has opened and you're not seeing continuation plays, it's probably just a sign that that you're not going to see the continuation play. So I think like the biggest trade was this one, honestly, was this level 1 reset right over here. Yeah, we had like 2 losses. What was it like? Yeah, 2 small losses. Well, actually, this one I got out 0.4, so like half of a loss of my original loss ratio, and then so technically 1.5. Or 1.5. I'll say 1.5. So yeah, 1.5, and then I took about 2R winner right there.
Getting like 7 pennies or so, and I'm gonna get to that one in a quick second. I said I was gonna scalp a trade on CCL on the 2850 break, so I just took. It looks like it only went to 2856.
I got out of break even right there, and then 2R right there as well on Dow Jones.
But I want to make sure you guys see this little double bottom. It's a very tight look here at 970. I want a 970 breakdown on RMO. We have a share shortable on this thing, so it's up like.
So like 4R right there.
Chance at like a 750 to VWAP type of retracement there. CCL, I want to make sure we got a bunch out on that first little push. I want to make sure I have my order.
So I'm positive about 2.5R for the day, which is, I mean, honestly, it's not too bad. Honestly, I should have been a little bit more focused on maybe on the Dow Jones, maybe adding a little bit more risk on Dow Jones, because Nasdaq was a little bit choppy off that open. So I did take this loss right over here, and I did take a 0.4 loss right over here. I got like out of break even here. I took a trade here. I got out of break even, and then break even here as well. I did take like 0.4% on that trade though, but just small, so it's not really anything good.
And I'm looking to dip buy. Go right back to buying the dips on those 20s and teens, and it would have been muted success on that breakout trade. So that's the plan of action for me on CCL. I trade the breakout as a separate trade altogether from the dip buy.
Yeah, we just got into CCL as well. We like that 2850, so now we're long CCL right here. We'll see 44. So testing it. But that doesn't matter because today, guys, it's electrified time.
All right, so that's pretty much it for the day.
Going right up now, guys, turning positive on the day.
Not like the greatest day, but I'm so positive for the day. I got stopped out on Dow Jones on my level 2, so I think it may continue on for the rest of the day probably. And then that looks like the Nasdaq is starting to fall off that high again right there. You can see how, like, whenever you see that, whenever you see a rejection off that liquid 50 right there, and then the MACD just, it's coming up and just somewhere, and then just straight up rejection, like that's just choppy right there. Like there's no indication right there. And we broke off this level right over here, which is divergent. This is divergent level right over here. We broke that off, and then basically we just failed. We failed to move further higher off that divergent level right over here. So we're still generally in the range for today. Which is fine. We'll wait for tomorrow and see what else. And look at that. Dow Jones just gave us another entry, but I didn't take that. Because it is a level 3. But I mean, you can honestly expect the Nasdaq or all these indices make new highs every single day. It's impossible to do. But tomorrow's Wednesday, so tomorrow we'll hopefully get another good entry. Whenever the market's starting to speed up. Because usually whenever you're in a tighter range, that's good, honestly, because you're gonna expect a breakout for the rest of the days. Like if Nasdaq is in like a, I don't know, like a, what? If we go to the daily chart, like especially if it's in a doji level, which I mean honestly I don't think we're gonna see a doji today. Maybe we are, who knows? But if we have a doji candle and then about 0.30% of ADR of the original ADR, so if ADR is about 222, what's 30% of 222? About like, we'll say about like 70 points, 80 points right there. So yeah, so about like 75, 80 points right there. So you know, today our ADR is 222 and we haven't even moved like off, let's just say on today's open, like on today's open we were up like about 40 points. But overall, if you measure the whole range for today, from the high and low, it's about 97 points, right? But so yeah, I mean generally around 30%. So we know that that's about 30% of ADR right there, right? And then we're in a range right there. And if the daily chart closes today as a doji channel, we know that there's a very good potential on seeing a breakout to the upside, because we know that the average ADR, like, you know, price wants to kind of break out of, you know, the range in ADR as well. So you know, you could use those levels to give you an advantage on taking entries. So it'll be a more powerful move, especially like seeing that price action has been, you know, fairly close to ADR the last couple of days. You know, you could expect a very good breakout on that. So it is what it is. I don't think we're gonna come down today. I don't know if we, honestly, I think we're just gonna be in this range for today. But I mean, maybe, who knows? So Doug, I explained this in I'm pretty sure on a video, but those are aggressive entries, right? So I'm taking these aggressive entries on the Nasdaq right now. So they're not going to be off level. They're not going to be off the they're not going to be off like proper MACD and RSI levels, like I said again. So that's why they're more aggressive entries, because honestly, whenever they're not going through everything, they're aggressive entries for sure. So you can see here that you know, my continuation plays didn't really work out really well, and that's probably because of, number one, choppy market, number two, not enough confirmations on my end. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't recommend anyone like in the course to take these entries that I'm doing, just because I'm more of an advanced trader. Like I've been trading the system for an extremely long time, so I have that intuition, I have that edge on my side. Especially when trading the Nasdaq, I have that edge on my side where, you know, I have that intuition of just, you know, knowing which levels that we're looking for a breakout, which levels to have a continuation play, and, you know, seeing that consolidation and then eventually that breakout that's going to lead toward that momentum. Now, you know, not always am I going to be right, for sure. That's not usually the point in trading, but yeah. So yeah, that's why you're going to see in some of my markups that I have and some of my trades, my values are not going to be perfect. They're not going to be sometimes all the way through liquid 50 or going through summer or whatever and stuff like that. So I mean, I honestly don't recommend anyone doing that until they have experience with the system and, you know, they have their own edge within a instrument or anything like that. But yeah, so I want to look at UJ real quick. I know UJ just freaking killed it today.
We're at 306.80. Let's see how high this one wants to go. We just got out at 60. You know, if the Nasdaq rebounds, I still think that we can we're not even like we're negative on Facebook, but it's not a lot. Like if this
UJ just killed it. So I don't know. Maybe we'll find a continuation play tonight.
you know, VWAP would be
I would want to,
win for us.
honestly, I would want to see it break toward the 21 EMA for me to have that incline on shorting it again.
I feel like I'm fighting.
But honestly, we have like what?
Losing this, so let's go Facebook.
I mean, we still have room toward the 21 EMA, to be honest.
Now we'll go nice trade on Neo, and then we're waiting on Roblox as well. We took a piece off there. We talked about.
We have the 800 EMA right over here, and then we have the 21 EMA right over here as well for the one daily chart. So we'll see if it bounces off these levels.
Yeti Holdings up here, guys. Credit Suisse.
But just really good plays. Like you can see how momentum just played out yesterday and today. That's why I said yesterday, like look for the continuation play on UJ. But I mean, I wasn't able to do that today. I did take it long during like the Asian session, just for the momentum play. You can tell how the liquid 50 and the RSI and everything like that. That's part of my edge, where I know how these indicators work on like all the whole time frames, and I know how which direction the liquid 50, the market sentiment wants to push price action. But yeah, I mean, we'll see if it bounces off the 800 EMA. But it's pretty much it for the stream. I'm positive for today, so I'm calling it a day. I don't think I'm gonna fight any other entries for today, because it looks like the momentum is starting to come down. But I mean, we will. Maybe we'll find something. We are bouncing off this level again. You can see how it's respecting the 800 EMA pretty well right there. So we'll see what we do there.
I don't want to add too aggressively in front of 71 because I want to take this trade off at 71 and then revisit it all.
Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for the stream. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. What is it tomorrow? Wednesday. Wednesday for the stream. Ciao guys. Check out the discount. If you guys haven't checked out the discount yet on the course is going to be gone. I mean, it's going to increase. The price is going to increase next week. So the sale's going to be gone. So, you know, check it out. It's really cheap for the amount of work that I put into it. So check it out before the sale goes away.